Alright, so I said I would do a video on the books that I own, and that's what I'm doing right now. So right here, the first in line, we have the Dark is Rising series, which I have not read, but it's something I probably will read because they look really short, and it's supposed to be pretty good. So yeah, there's also the Bogart, whatever, in there by the same author. Here is the series that got me reading, the Pendragon series. But I'm missing a couple, which is because I lent it to a friend when he was sick and he had quite a long recovery coming, so I lent him a lot. I think I probably lent him 20 to 30 books. Usually, most of them I believe were the first in the series, so I'm missing like all of my first books in each of my series. So this one I think I gave him the first 3 because it was my favorite series, right? So yeah, there's that. Here's Artemis Fowl. The first one in that one is gone as well. The Philip Pullman books. And the first one in the Bartimaeus trilogy is missing as well. My Harry Potter. The first 2 are in the other room, and I lent him the third one because he didn't have the third one, I believe. I don't even know what those are. Charlie Bone. Oh, I got them really cheap. These ones are ones I've always wanted to read. I lent him a couple of those too. But the Robert Jordan Wheel of Time series, I'd like to read those, but that's a big time investment. And the Kushiel series, don't really know, but they look kind of sexy, so yeah, they're in the fantasy section, not the romance section, just so you know. The King in the Window. Hitchhiker's Guide. I have to read that. I really do. I haven't read it. Chuck Palahniuk, Tell All. The new James Franco book. And Chronicles of Narnia. I read The Magician's Nephew, and then also The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I really liked The Magician's Nephew, but The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe I didn't like at all, so I stopped there, and I haven't read the rest. Someday I will, though. My John Green books, The Complete Collection. Looking for Alaska, The Fault in Our Stars, both amazing, 2 of my favorite books. An Abundance of Catherines was really good, too. But the other 3 I have not read yet. Okay. Thief Lord, The People of Sparks. I also have City of Ember, which is the first book for The People of Sparks, but I must have lent it to him. Those are kind of hard to see. Physic, Magic, and Flight. I don't really know what those are, but I probably got them cheap. My Tolkien collection. What are those little books? Roverandom and Tales from the Perilous Realm. Yeah. There's I have the first 3 of those. Aragon I must have lent to my friend. Endymion Spring. I always just thought the name was cool. Endymion. I only have the first Hunger Games book. Haven't read it yet. First City of Bones book. Haven't read it yet. Alchemist. Haven't read it yet. The Siren Song. I haven't read that one, but I read the first one. I forget what it was called. It's by Anne Ursu. And I really liked the first one, but I never read the second one, which I do have. I don't know why I never read it. But there's all my Orson Scott Card stuff. Douchebag. Bunch of randoms. Let's just move on. Everworld. And of course, A Series of Unfortunate Events. This series was just fantastic. I loved it as a kid. So good. And I'm missing a few of those because I lent them to my friend. A bunch of Garth Nix stuff, none of which I have read yet. Actually, I think I may have read the first Keys to the Kingdom book. I think I liked it. But that would be just like me to not carry on. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Not a chance that I've read that. I haven't read any of these. A bunch of these Robert Ludlum books were actually my dad's. He really liked Ludlum. And a bunch of more kids' books. Well, sort of kids' books. They look Hardy Boys. Oh, when I was a kid, I used to love, what is his name? Louis Satcher? Louis? I don't know. Yeah, Louis Satcher. I didn't read that book, but for some reason, I loved the book right there. There's a boy in the girls' washroom. Oh my god! Some more books. Some Stephen King, Tom Clancy, Dean Koontz. And we got some Terry Brooks. A bunch of Terry Brooks. Haven't read them yet. And Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman's Dragons. What do I got down here? Oh yeah, some classics. That Count of Monte Cristo I bought hoping it was the regular one, but it's just abridged, so yeah. We got Call of the Wild and White Fang, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, The Prince by Machiavelli. 1984, Moby Dick, Vanity Fair. That is a very old Black Beauty. This is my friend's book of poetry that she wrote. Ghosts and Mirrors by Taylor Ann Prescott. But that's no longer her name because she got married. Yeah, but it's good. Oxford Dictionary, The Complete Sherlock Holmes, and a bunch of random stuff. These two are C.S. Lewis's, I forget what the trilogy's called. Out of the Silent Planet, concluded in The Hideous Strength. These are just like old Christian books I had from when I was a Christian. That is a collection of Jane Austen books, leather-bound hardcover with the gold trim. Very nice, if I do say so myself. I like it a lot. And those four are the Complete Shakespeare, and this is the Complete Emily and Charlotte Bronte. You know, Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights and all that. And there's a few other hardcover books that don't fit on my shelves that are only 8 inches tall. Blankets, it's a large graphic novel, and some cookbooks. Yeah. Now you've seen most of my books. I guess we can go over and take a look at my other little bookshelf. Whoop. Alright. Let's take a look at this. So, I used to be obsessed with The Simpsons, like really obsessed, like knowing every little thing. Up until about season 13 or 14, something like that. I was like really, really obsessed. I knew everything about it that there was to know. I even have a card game, like a trivia card game, that I probably couldn't answer any questions anymore. These books, these Simpsons books, they basically go through each episode and tell you all the little nuances and little pieces of information from each episode. And, zoom out. That's in. Alright, so Idiot's Guide to Screenwriting, and there's a digital photography book, Canadian Writers Market, The Craft and Business of Writing, the Norton Anthology of Short Fiction, which is a collection of short stories. Some random books. This is like How to Write Your First Novel. Rhyming Dictionary, and Thesaurus, Robert Frost, Writer's Market from 10 years ago. Shows you how long I've wanted to be a writer. An old Bible, a couple old Bibles actually. Hey, Scott Pilgrim. Oh, A Guide to the Star Wars Universe. Yeah, there we go. And The Further Adventures of Batman. And I have some game guides there and whatnot. Down here, I have Go Dog Go, Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? And The Cat in the Hat, and Great Day 4 Up. The Foot Book. Bunch of just like kids books. There's like These, I believe, are Bernstein Bear books. Yeah. I got those when I was in my last relationship and it was getting really, really serious. Wanted to collect books for our kids. Oh well. Yeah, so those are all my books. Except for the ones that aren't here right now. Thanks for watching. I hope you like my collection. Farewell, and don't forget to be awesome.